This is the third of 3 videos introducing Boyum Cloud Apps. Cloud Apps extend SAP Business One with modules tailor-made for the kind of roles we see in manufacturing. Those modules are grouped into 3 functional areas: Build, Produce, and Inspect. In this video we take a look at Build. Build replaces manual systems for managing new product development with a more efficient, integrated solution based on SAP Business One. It streamlines the flow of information to reduce costs and improve visibility, provides a clear framework for processing development requests, improves the accuracy of cost and pricing estimates, and reduces disruption by ensuring that products are only released to production when they are good and ready. In the following demonstration, my colleague Harry highlights the use of templates in creating new master item data in SAP Business One. He then raises a new product development request to provide an overview of the process that includes creation of bill of materials, operation plan, item structure, calculation of product costs and pricing, and finally release to production.
So to start off with, what we're going to do is we're going to have a quick look at the look and feel of the system. So we've got our modules down the left-hand side, and we've also got our boards in the middle for our new requests, what we have in progress, and what we have completed as well. So a really nice kind of overview of what's going on. To start off with, what I'm going to do is actually create a new item. So we can add a new item, a new resource, or a new operation in Boyum Cloud, and this will be pulled through to SAP Business One. So I'm going to create a new item for me here. So creating master data in Boyum Cloud is faster and easier. So we can, as I say, create items, resources, and operations. Items created can be from templates or from scratch. So here you can see we're doing a new item from a template. You can select what category it's going to be from, the item code, and the item name. Or you can see this is selected from a template for our finished product. We'll have a look at that template in just a second. Alternatively, you can create a new item and so on. You can also see that we're pulling through a certain number of metrics here. So we've got our unit of measure. So what's this item going to be measured in? Or our item groups, again, both being pulled from SAP Business One. So let's have a look at our templates then. Here we can see our templates, and templates are built in the settings using one item as the template. So this item properties are what's going to be used and will then be used to create those new items. So it's very, very straightforward. We have a template for the finished product, and here's the item, and then all of the kind of parameters that are set within that. So we're not having to create that over and time again. We can just pull that from a template and go ahead and process that. So as we say, adding a new item is very straightforward. We can add it from a template, put in that it's a manual code, and create the new item. We can select the template, and this will pull through all the parameters, and we can go ahead and select if this is going to be by cases, it's going to be by kegs, what it's going to be by, so we can put pack. And here you can see the item group, so that's now being pulled through from our template. But if we wanted to, we could go ahead and change that as well. So very, very straightforward to go ahead and change that based on templates. And we can, as I say, do that for our items. We can also do that for our resources, and we can also do that for our operations. So let's have a look at the planning stages. So now we're going to have a look at the design of a new product. And this is done in, as I say, the product development request, or the PDR. So let's have a look at the stages that we're going to progress through. We have our new request, we have our in progress, anything that's awaiting approval, and what's completed. And we can very easily drag and drop items from one stage to another, depending on each of these. So let's go ahead and have a look at our Scandinavian wood chair. So this is an item that I would like to develop or I would like to redesign. And the item here is linked to the item master data in SAP Business One. And this will be updated automatically once this PDR is released. But until then, it is effectively temporary storage for this information. So we have the title of our item. We can see that this is a product down here. Any sort of due dates that we have on this, so we can see that we have a timeline on it. I can also see some sort of attachments as well. So if we had some CAD attachments, some JPEG attachments, whatever we might want to include, if it's a design document or even product specifications or any sort of certification that we need to make sure it hits. We can also see that we have tasks along here. Now the tasks are really nice because we can actually build this as a to-do list, and we can go ahead and tick these off as we are kind of completing it. And if I was to go back to my product request screen, we can see here that we've got tasks, we can see attachments, any sort of due date, and we can see how we're progressing. So we can see one of the 2 tasks is now completed, and that's been pulled through there as well. So moving through for this item, we can see we've got the overview, and we'll just progress through the tabs along the top here. So now we have the bill of materials. This can be created a number of ways. We can either duplicate it from an existing item to be used as a base for this bill of materials. We can either start from scratch, or we can use Excel, where we can have a link to a template that's provided for use with Boyum Cloud. This can be seen from copy from an item, import from Excel, and so on, or indeed adding materials for us there. Let's say we've created this bill of materials, but there's a few things we'd like to change. We do have the ability to change the quantities or the quantities per batch. Indeed, we can see the status. And if we wanted to go ahead and say that this packaging is going to be changed for another item, very easy to go ahead and replace the item with something else. And this pulls through from my stock list within SAP Business One. So very, very straightforward and simple to build those bill of materials, as I say, either from scratch, or we can build on what we currently have in the system, or indeed from Excel. So let's have a look at our operation plan. So this is a really nice way of looking at our operations, our resources, our materials, and our bill of materials. And it's a very, very simple look at each of our route stages. So we can see an internal build route stage. And as we progress down, we can see our packaging route stage, exactly what's required in terms of time and quantity, any sort of resources and items as well. And what's really nice here is that we're just able to drag and drop items across, should we wish, from our SAP Business One system. Really nice to kind of build those in a very simple and quick manner. You might be thinking, from this, there's going to be lots going on in the background in terms of cost for this. I mean, how do we build this and then figure out exactly what the cost implications are to that? So let's move across to our cost stage. So this is looking at the 3 stages of the kind of cost determination. So the price source is the price list that's been pulled from SAP Business One as a source. So let's use base price for that. The price destination then. So this is where we want the new price to be saved. So let's have a look at regular sales price, let's say. And the lot size, let's go for 10 as well. So the lot size defined what lot size we are going to be calculating. So let's go ahead and start calculating that. Fantastic. So here we can see the cost per lot size and also for the individual units of measure as well. On the left-hand side then, we can see our labour and materials costs are calculated from the operation plan and source price list that we've just provided in the previous screen. So the labour and materials costs can be added, and these can be either as a fixed amount, or we can do that as a percentage of the direct costs as well. So if we wanted to go ahead and include that, let's do an in cost price there at 5%. Here you can see that that's now updated these items, and similarly on the cost size, so on the cost stages as well. So moving through, we can actually change all of these either by the fixed amount or as a final percentage as well. Moving through to the sales price then, so we can actually change the markup price should we wish. So let's say it's going to be a 10 or 15% on that. And at the bottom here, you can see that that's now changed the final sales price. So the final sales price is what will be taken through to SAP Business One as this PDR, product development request, is released. And as you can see at the top here, this is set to default so that you've got full control over the system. But the update sales price on release button would be selected at this point. And as you can expect, the prices then would be pulled through to SAP Business One. And that's all determined by all of the bill of materials, all of the operation plans, and the costs that we have selected, be it a fixed price or a percentage. A little bit further down, we can have a little bit of an overview of the costs outlined above. And what's really nice as well is we can actually have a look at the costs of the resource lines included within this bill of materials as well. So it's really nice to get a full overview of the costs included in this stage. So from here, what we'd do is we'd go ahead and release this. And at that point, the bill of materials, the operations plan, absolutely everything will be released through to SAP Business One. And that can be either by the stages that we've determined here, built on previous templates, or indeed building from scratch. So a really, really nice, fast way of using this product development request to add items to our system and then to manage the process of those products that are either being created from scratch for new or either redesigning current items within our SAP Business One system. As I say, this is all held within our Boyum Cloud system, and until it's been released, it's then released out to SAP Business One as to not disrupt any production stages or indeed any purchasing as well. Obviously, down the left-hand side here, we've got a full overview of the items that are held within the system, which is mirrored in our SAP Business One system, the resources that we're managing, and this can be human resources, it can be machine resources, and all of the operations that are going to be stage by stage included within that.
Thank you for watching this short introduction to Boyum Cloud Build. There is so much more to SAP Business One, and I recommend that you get in touch to have your questions answered. To take the next step, click on the chat button at the foot of this page, email us at info@lake.co.uk, or call now on 0113 273 7788. Thank you.